All right, welcome to Lab 1. So assuming that you did the tour of ArcGIS that was in the previous video, you might have Pro open already. I'm just going to open up my ArcGIS Pro. So here's our Lab 1 refresher. I like to have the outline open while I'm working. You might want to arrange it so that it takes up a small part of your pages so you can stay updated. There we go. And here is Pro. Let's use the rest of the screen for that. Okay. It's the old one. Okay. So it opens up. You took the tour in the previous video, hopefully. If not, I recommend doing that. It's a quick 10-15 minute tour of Pro and all the new stuff. So we load up with our data here. For about half the class right now, you might not have used ArcGIS and ArcPro ever, or at least in a semester. Some of you are coming back after a little bit of time between taking the intro class, and then the other half of you probably took the intro class last week. So you might not need any kind of refresher. Either way, this should be a quick kind of baseline lab of, yeah, maybe it was more work to get this installed, but this is also a good idea of where you want to be in your Pro and GIS skills coming into this. There is a intro lab that's just like this for desktop. You may want to do both. They don't take too long. Okay, Symbolize Data. So to change basic symbology in Pro, we want to do interstate first. If you click on the symbol, then this tab comes up here. We've got major road, like that, and then properties, size 1. Okay, so it's the color and the size. Good. California. Click on the symbol. We want it to be, let's go to gallery, black outline 1. All right, great. And then we can close Symbology for now. Okay, so that's basic symbology. We'll get to more complex symbology later. Okay, next we're going to change the coordinate system. So notice California looks a little bit stretched out. If you zoom out, just mouse wheel, the default is this web Mercator. Pro defaults to that because this is what ArcGIS Online is in. Mercator in general works for web maps because you can scale, and your street geometry, horizontal, vertical lines stay straight at all levels of zoom. That's one of the good things about Mercator. That's why it's a popular map. But to change that, let's go properties. So right click on map. This is like our data frame. Properties, coordinate system. And it says WGS 84. There's no z-axis, that'd be altitude. And it's web Mercator. Let's go projected, continental, North America, and then just do a contiguous. Actually, no, let's not do that. We're focusing on California. Let's go UTM, WGS 84, because we're in that northern hemisphere. Zone 10 will probably look good for Southern California. Southern California is zone 11. Yeah, let's go 10. And that should look good for California. There, that's better. Cool. That top line's relatively straight. UTM zones, it's kind of splits like right here. 11 is the right side, 10 would be the left side. Okay, and then change the base map. So base map here. You can choose whatever you want for this lab. I don't really care. I'm going to do something subdued. The base map is not really the focus of what we're going to do. The point of the map that we're going to make is we're going to show the different biomes of California. I guess I should have started that with that, begin with the end in mind. But we're going to show biomes. So for that, I think light gray is fine, but you can choose whatever you want. Feel free to change it whenever you want to as well. Doesn't really matter. Okay, change base map coordinate system. This is just kind of basic important stuff. We're also going to add data. There's a couple of ways to add data. You can go add data button here. I think it's easier because it's going to be connected already. Here, that little home symbol says it's the default folder for this project. And you open it up and you have the Lab 1 geodatabase. Drop down, and in there is California. We've already got that. Interstate, already got that. Biome. You can right click, add to current map. You can also just click and drag it in here. Let's do this. Add to current map. All right. Default symbology. So what we're going to do is walk through setting up symbology categories for biome. So click on the symbol. Symbology pane comes up on the side. Properties. And what do we want? Oh, we actually want the back button to go to primary symbology. So this is kind of the symbology style. Also, if you right click on a biome and do symbology, this is what pops up. So change single symbol to unique values, which would be categories. Quantities, so for quantitative data, it's going to be one of these. We've got qualitative data, so it's categories. The field is going to be biome description, so it's a description of the biome, and then assign appropriate colors. For appropriate colors, you can choose whatever you want. We've got 4 biomes here. Yeah, deserts. And then other, there isn't any others in this place. Again, choose whatever you think is appropriate. You're all creative individuals. I think this looks kind of deserty. No, that's my desert. Okay. Forests. No, Mediterranean forest. That's coastal. That's gonna be olive. Is that ugly? Yeah, it's a little bit ugly. Conifer forests. Dark green, obviously. Grasslands. I mean, it's the Central Valley. It probably should be brown, but yeah, I hate that. Nope, not that. This one. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That seems alright. Oh. There we go. Those are a little bit too similar. Again, change it to whatever you want. And then, just for fun, appearance, transparency. That kind of softens up the colors a little bit. Okay, that's easy. So our symbology is set. Next, labels. Label features in this class is checked, and then we want to check label. And look at that, they label, but we don't want to label the eco name. We want to label the biome description. So it changes. And then we want to get rid of duplicates. So it's not there. It's probably in the more. It's probably here. Let's do this. Label properties. So class is kind of just setting up what are we labeling. You could use a string to add things to that. We might do that in a different lab. You can also use SQL expressions for that. Appearance, have it be whatever you want. I'm okay with Tahoma 10 point. Position, good. Halo, I like to add a little halo. Makes it easier to see. Yeah, okay. Do it if you want to. You don't have to if you don't. You can make a black halo or gray halo or a 50%. Actually, that's what I want. Okay. Shadow, that's usually better for titles. Call out if the labels have to be moved. Actually, I'm not a fan of black shadow now that it's showed up. Different map might look better. Let's do white, 50%. Okay. That's okay. Position. Placement. Okay. Remove duplicate labels. There it is. Remove all. Okay. Temperate conifer. Forest grassland. Mediterranean. Desert. That's kind of a cool feature. Remove within a distance. So it places this desert, also places this desert. Choose whichever you prefer. I'm going to go with remove all duplicates. Okay. Alright, that looks good. We got our remove duplicates. That's kind of deep in there. It's all the way over in position, and then the far right one, conflict resolution. Oh, and you can specify label, so it'll label this one instead of this one. Alright, now in Pro, instead of layout view, you have layouts which are added in. That would be, if you want to insert a new one, that'd be insert new layout. I have this one that I started already. I believe it doesn't have any map frame associated with it. Oh no, it does, but the zoom is weird. But you can specify what map is being used for your map frame. Oh, here it is. Okay, properties. And we want it to be map. Yeah. So it's just going to pull in whatever you have here. This is no map. What's map 1? Some other map. And this one. So if you had several maps here, it would pull those in. Now to actually edit the zoom on this, you want to click on it, right click, activate, and that allows you to adjust the zoom and the visualization here. We can go right click, zoom to layer, and it gives us a nice little zoom or level of zoom. Labels show up. When you're done adjusting this, close out the activated frame, so that's just this. I have this pre-made layout that I made. Let's adjust that so they're round numbers. This is 2 different scale bars that I added in and grouped. You add in a scale bar like this, but I like to do that top and bottom thing. This is 2 different north arrows that I added in and grouped. One of them is set to true north, one of them is set to magnetic north. So that'll actually change based on where on Earth you're showing and your projection. Just to show you that, right click, activate. Notice they changed. And if I zoom in on Florida, it changes again. Changes. Oops. There we go. And now it's back to normal. So just kind of cool. I like it. Alright, and then title. I set this up to just be kind of preset with what I think a title should look like. So it's just a font, bold, big size. There might be a shadow on it. You could add a shadow to it. Title, call it whatever you want. Biomes of California. And then click. If you hit enter, it'll put a space in there. Okay, so there's my pre-made layout. I want you to practice making a layout, so you're going to do new layout. California is a vertical shaped state, so you're going to do letter portrait, not landscape. So there's another layout. And then if you want to, if you're connected to the internet, you should have this import layout, and there's a bunch of general layouts. You're welcome to do one of these if you want to, now let's do none, just for learning purposes. And then in here, you're gonna add a map frame, which is like a default blank one. We want this existing map frame. Draw it in the shape that you want. And it ends up there. North arrow, basic, scale bar, basic. One of my big pet peeves is, notice the north arrow is a little bit crooked because north is a little bit crooked in this projection. One of my big pet peeves is scale bars that are like either way too big, unnecessary, and also that are not rounded off. So if it's big, all right, fine, but at least round it off to a round number. I'm happier with something like that, but that's personal preference. Legend. For this map, because you have labels, I don't think you need a legend. You can add a legend if you want to. Again, I don't think it's necessary in this one. In the legend, for editing it, you've got the options. Do you want the title there? No, we don't know. Name, legend, okay, yeah, title, oh yeah, don't show the legend. I guess you could change that there. Properties for the legend and layers. We don't want interstate on it. We don't need CA on it. Okay, and then we do want biome in there, but we want to modify what's actually in there. So I guess properties for that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so layer name, yes. Heading, we don't need biome disk. We do want this. And then we do want to change the label of that. How do we? Well, here, let's do what we're supposed to do. Layer name. And then let's make the legend name title. Biomes. And there you go. There's the legend. Oh, we didn't do a title. Titles in Pro are a little bit harder. There's not like a default good title symbol. You just have to call it Biomes California. And then set up the text symbol in the way that you want it. So let's say you're happy with that. And then you might also want cartographer name, your name. Don't worry about data source in this one. Data source is just me. Anything else you want to add or change, go for it. But you've got north arrow, legend, title, text. Pretty good. Okay, finally, in Pro, to actually submit this project, once you have it how you like, choose either layout. You're going to go share. Oh, notice when you choose it, format, this stuff comes up here. They kind of have options pop up in multiple places. So is here, you can change it, and you can change it right here. Oh, and there's the pre-made ones. I forgot about those. It's hard to get used to the adaptive display. I'm having trouble with it still. Okay, so share, you could send it up to, if you like the template that you made, save the template or layout file, and then you can use it in other maps. But we're going to go layout PDF is best practice. Make sure it goes to your appropriate place and just call it Lab 1 with your name. DPI, dots per inch, 300 is usually good. You can change the quality. I don't need the highest quality here. Embed the fonts. If you're going to edit it in PDF or edit it as a PDF, that's handy to have. And then export. And that PDF is what you're going to turn into Canvas. All right. Happy Lab 1. That was a quick refresher. Hope that you enjoyed it. There's Pro. Email me if you have questions.